So this is an instructional video on how to do the CR500 mod in a CRF250 frame, the 04-05 version. So first, what you're going to want to do is cut off these tabs, and then you're going to want to cut out the Y piece, and then cut this little guy off here. And then after that, I like to clean up the cuts, make them look nice on all these, and then we'll go from there. So I'll start with these engine mounts. So right there I used a wood blade with a reciprocating saw. The wood blades tend to cut the aluminum better. I'll do the other side. Alright, so using a cutoff wheel on a grinder of some kind, you'll want to just cut this off of the frame, but you want to be careful not to cut too deep, otherwise you'll get into the tubes and that will weaken the structural integrity of your frame, which is a bad thing. Let me just get this off. Okay, so after you've cut these bits off, I like to clean up the cuts so they look nice, because it's going to help later on when you mount the engine mounts. But so either using a flapper sanding wheel like that or an actual grinding wheel like that, you'll want to clean it up like so. Now, a couple things to note about these flapper wheels. One, when you first get them, they're going to be really aggressive, so just keep an eye on it. And also, if you use these grinding wheels, it's fine, but when you get it welded, little black impurities will show up in the welds because of residue that's left behind because of these. So that's something to consider when you're choosing your grinding media. Alright, at this point we're going to cut out the stock Y piece. Doesn't matter really where you start, but if you can see on this Y piece how it angles down, to make your life easier, just start at the lowest point of that angle and cut straight across, just like these lines are here. Because when it gets to fitting the Y piece, you're going to have to trim it down, and if it's already at an angle, it's going to be harder to get it level. So just try to keep it as straight as possible across these areas right here. In order to get proper placement of the engine, you're going to have to use, I think it was 02 to 07 CR125 spacers. And also, as you can see, one is longer than the other one. The long one goes on the right. Always. So as you can see, we've got the Y piece cut out, and I've got the engine in, and if you look right here, this is touching the frame, and it's interfering, so it's not sitting properly in the frame. So what you need to do is you need to take a Sharpie marker and mark it knowing that when you grind into it, it's going to rock back. So you're going to want to compensate for that. Alright, so now we're going to be grinding the casting away to make room for the bolt that I showed you earlier. For this, you're going to want to use a grinding disc, just because the flapper sanding disc is going to be, it's not going to be as accurate. This will be more accurate. You'll be able to get a nicer grind. So, do that right now. So here we are grinding the frame to get clearance for the engine so we can actually fit the Y piece correctly. In most instances, there will be enough meat here that you can grind down level with the tube, and that will give you your clearance. But every once in a while, it will be that you have to actually grind into the tube itself. And when you do that, you have to make sure that you have your welder fix that before you actually use the bike, because it will weaken the structural integrity of the frame. So anyway, we'll get on that right now. Now, as you can see down under here, I have ground the frame down so that this bolt clears the frame. So then I've got enough space for it to move up and down so I can actually install the head bolts correctly.